See you, TMG.
You know what I mean? Unless you're a real basketball student in the game, you're going to look at dissect his game. I mean, it's a good segue because obviously Stephen A said that Jordan ruined the game. A lot of people got on his back. To be honest, I understand where he's coming from. Indirectly, it's not his fault, it's unintentionally. He did, in a way, ruin the game because a lot of people and players tried to copy and emulate his style, but it was just one as good. I mean, Jordan was a one-on-one. The only one that really came somewhat close and had success was Kobe, especially the latter. But he did that late, to be honest, with what's his name, Gasol and them guys there. But Kobe wasn't as good. People like to say Kobe was the new Jordan, but it was like a 0.8, 0.75 over Jordan. Jordan, always shooting 50% over the field goal percentage. Even before his Wizard days, it was like 51.5 from the field. Great defender, one defensive player of the year. Could assist the ball, could rebound.
I will say this now, yeah. They're that Kobe's in is the darkest time of basketball in the history of basketball.
What do you mean darkest?
The darkest. I think that era, the 2000s, that 2000s.
Yeah, that's the reason why that is, because people tried to copy Jordan. The one is good. They tried to do the one-on-one style thing, and this one is good. So people like him, Tracy, maybe Vince Carter.
I'm so happy that Tim Duncan was playing this.
Who else is there knocking about?
T-Mac.
T-Mac. Tracy, Vince Carter. Those sort of guys that Kobe, especially when he was inefficient in his earlier days, they tried to do, but the one is good. I mean,
Stackhouse was trying to say. What did Jimmy Stackhouse say? That he's better than, he said he's better than Jordan, but you have to play in the team.
Yeah, when they were on the same team, could argue. It's like I was leaving 25 a game before Jordan got there.
Yeah, and then Jordan came and obviously changed it.
But I mean,
hey, but people don't talk about like I understand what you were saying in terms of like people trying to copy what he did, but Jordan weren't winning until he started using his teammates.
Yeah, man. It's Luka. Luka's going for the same thing as him.
Nah, I disagree though, because Luka ain't got like his teammates are giving 80% of what, 90% of what they can. Jordan wasn't trying to tap into what his teammates.
You don't think Jordan was trying to tap in that?
No, I think he cared.
To be fair, Jordan is. I wish. This is one thing I wish. I wish we could have the same sports media at the time when Jordan was playing to see the screw. Because some of the things they say about him now is revisionist history. But the thing they would say about him when he was playing, they would say he's selfish. He doesn't use his teammates.
And they said that.
No, but it's not
as much.
It's not as much. It's not every day. It's not every day. It's not every day.
but it's relative to the time. I mean,
I don't think Jordan was having. You don't hear that. Jordan can go away. Not read a newspaper. Bro, Jordan was going casino.
Yeah.
4 a.m. before. Can you do that now? I dare you to go there now and do casino. Tell Steph Curry to go casino 4 a.m. tomorrow. The picture will come up. And they will say, look what he's doing. He's getting scrutinized. He's getting asked about that straight away.
Jordan did that one. Obviously, that's full access, 360 or 365, 24-hour, 24/7 type of thing. That wasn't really happening. So he got away with it. But relative to his time, he got criticized before he was winning. He said, he's too selfish. This is that. Doesn't use his teammates.
It's not global. It's not international. It's not every day he's hearing that. I don't think he's hearing that every day.
No, it wasn't hearing
He's only probably in his local media set. It's not even saying that.
I agree, because when he dropped 63 in Boston and he lost, people talk about that game as if it's like some holy grail type game. He didn't even win the game.
They won the game. Then Booker dropped 70. He lost.
And he was getting stick for doing the whole
yeah.
But 70 regular season, 63
in the playoffs.
Hold the L though. Zero.
No, he did hold the L. It's a record playoff points.
Donovan Mitchell dropped 57.
Sorry, against arguably the greatest team of all time, one of them. So that's why they praise it so much.
Well, he got swept.
And obviously, he went on to achieve so much. If he didn't achieve so much, people won't talk about that much.
Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know about that.
Donovan Mitchell dropped 57 still.
Huh?
Donovan Mitchell dropped 57 in the
Jamal
bubble.
Murray dropped like 55.
Yeah, dropped 55. I remember he dropped it.
Yeah, who did they play? They won those games, right? Or they lose?
He lost. He actually lost a 57-point game.
Yeah, he did.
Well, who's he gone up against? Who's he gone up against?
Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
And he was dropping 50 back.
Oh, that was in the same game?
Same series.
Same series. Oh, so they're going up against those guys. But those guys ain't the Celtics.
Of course.
That's the thing. No, because I say quality of opponent matters, difficult of opposition matters.
Oh, man.
No, but also, whoever wants to paint the story will paint it out.
Yeah, how it is. The Victor.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when...
It's because what they it's like Jesus in sneakers, but how many times have you heard someone say like, oh, LeBron is otherworldly or superhuman? But you don't hear their stories.
Yeah, but...
Hey, 2018, the greatest NBA run to a finals ever. That LeBron run. That's the best LeBron I've ever seen. He didn't win a chip.
Better than Ducks. The Ducks when...
That's that. I didn't...
No, but Dirk, to not win a chip, I'd say. To not win a chip. Dirk, that's arguably the best title run ever.
I don't know, man. Who was he playing? LeBron. Who was he playing?
No, I know you're gonna use it. He plays Pacers. He plays Raptors.
Victor Oladipo.
But who was his guys? Who was he anyway?
Yeah, but who was he playing? Victor.
No, but that Raptors series was.
Hey.
The Raptors won 60 games that year.
And he swept them.
Yeah, but he's beat them before.
I don't mean that.
Kyle Lowry and what's his name?
DeMar.
Come on, man.
Hey, what?
He took out Celtics as well, man. He took out Celtics.
Young Celtics.
I mean,
Still the Celtics.
He dropped 15 game one.
Hey, there's one the Celtics got on right now. You could say it's even better.
No way. Ridiculous.
No.
KD
And
Giannis.
they're just joking.
Jimmy Butler.
They didn't miss Middleton. It was missing Middleton, and they should have lost.
But that's fair.
And they're so much better than Miami. And they're so much better than Miami.
No Ben Simmons.
No Ben Simmons as well. No Ben Simmons, no Middleton, and they're so much better than Miami.
I would say Butler's better than Lowry and DeMar.
Together.
Not together, but as an individual.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah, two of them.
Are you sure
He
he's better
had,
than DeMar?
old Kyle, he had
Are you better?
Bam as well.
Are you sure he's better than DeMar?
Butler's better than DeMar.
Bam was getting locked up by Robert Williams.
Yeah, Bam got a lot to answer for, fam. That's your guy.
Yeah, Bam's got
That's
some
your
work
guy
to do.
still. Bam's got a lot to answer.
Bam, he needs to improve his offensive game to be more
Yeah,
consistent
he needs
offensive.
to. And they need to
Man,
make
letting
him.
down Nigerians all over the world, man.
They need to make him a priority in that offense, fam. It's not every
What?
day to hand the ball off to someone to shoot a three, fam.
Give me Bam in Dallas still.
Like him and Butler, they didn't really well. they got decent mid-range game, but Butler's got a good mid-range game.
Yeah.
Bam did a mid-range game for a big, is pretty decent. But if you can extend it to the 3-point line, hopefully he's working on
He
it.
can't, because I'm sick of it. How many years has he been in the league? If he's not doing it now, he's not doing it
five?
ever.
I just.
It's like 4
I
or
think
5
that
years.
this was his 5th year, I think.
Yeah,
I think
too
you
many
just got to
years.
be more
Not doing
aggressive. You don't even have to shoot three. Just put up shots.
He doesn't
Just
put up
enough
shots,
shots.
man.
Or work
Just
more
put
on
up
his
on the
mid-range
twos,
game.
fam.
Just be more on offense. Work on some skills. Hey, he's a Nigerian. Go take some lessons with the greatest African or non-American baller.
Hey,
Go see a
go
kid.
teams guys post moves they never use. They never use them.
So Kobe used them. He went to
Well, Kobe's
LeBron.
different.
LeBron used them for a little while.
But LeBron actually gets in the post. But how many guys have been to the school and never used it? Dwight went there. Look what Dwight does.
No, it's true. No, but at the same time, fam, certain man, they just ain't built to post
Yeah,
up.
Bam is not built to post up.
Well, learn something. You need to learn some skills, man.
Tell you, do you know who posts up? It's mad. It's mostly guards that actually post up.
Posting up.
It's Smart, Doncic, I think Lowry do it. Even CP3
DeMar-
does it.
DeMar
DeMar
posts
does it. But
Jimmy.
centers don't really post up.
It's only the best. Jokic, Embiid,
And Jokic.
AD.
Jokic special in the block. Even Embiid is. I think Embiid as an offensive force is probably the most unstoppable
in the league right now.
in the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the paint, it's
Easily.
unstoppable.
Easily.
It's literally unstoppable. It's just that his body is made out of paper, man.
He got done dirty though. Missed out on first team All NBA after
Because
leading
Jokic
and
is
scoring.
better than him. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, put them both on first team.
Well, that would have been
So they
that's
considered
the
making
Jason
positions.
Tatum.
Yeah, but they were both eligible at forward and centre.
But then it depends because
Because
some
some people vote them at centre.
Yeah.
Some people vote them at
and then
forward.
both of them could end up missing because if we didn't,
True.
couldn't decide.
I think positions might be the way because there's no way Joel Embiid should not.
One day
be
you're gonna
first
get
team.
5 guards in the
Yeah,
first team.
fam, if they're the 5 best players in the league, then it is what it is.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
And listen, if they're the best in the league,
What would have been your first team this season?
my first team would have been exactly as it was. So that was Steph, Luka.
No, Steph was second team.
Who's the first team guard?
Luka.
Sorry, Booker, Luka.
Giannis, Tatum, and thingy.
Tatum would have been there. Would have been Giannis, Jokic, Embiid.
Then you
So
put Tatum.
Tatum on second team, yeah.
I don't mind that. I mean, Tatum really kicked on second half of the season with the Celtics, which is brings us on to the finals. Game 1. Talk to me.
Hey man, so, hey, I'm shocked to see the Warriors implode in the fourth quarter because normally when they have the lead after the third quarter, it's game. I've rarely seen them give up leads. The Warriors are kind of like they're ruthless when they're in the lead, and when you're trying to play catch up with them, they just got too much. Like they just got too much manpower. They score the ball so easily. They're hard to stop. But I think there's something about the way the Celtics play, the length. It makes it really difficult for the Golden State to run their offense, and that's why they've resulted to a lot of like Steph pick and rolls at the top of the key because they can't play the motion. It's because their man cover the court. They got length in every position.
They got length, they got foot speed.
And the mad thing is, the guy that covers the most ground is the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Robert Williams,
Hey fam, that
he
guy
is different.
And when he's locked in, I think the knee injury is actually it's hurting him because if he was fit, I think it might be the Celtics have got this series.
No, but even yesterday, he was moving maddest.
Yeah, that was the
blocking
best form.
threes, bro. I can't lie. You don't get big men that cover ground like that.
And that makes it a game changer, man.
Bro.
It's a game changer. That's why I think if the Suns face the Warriors, I think the Suns are a good matchup for the Warriors on the defensive end because they got enough length and Ayton is not a liability that you play him off the court.
True. But you can't be playing drop on Steph Curry though.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't really like. What the
But they're
Suns
playing
do.
drop so that you don't. It's like, okay.
So they have to do 4 and 3.
Yeah. Because you know when Golden State go into the 4 and 3,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
I agree. But
It's a wrap.
I do game 1. I picked the Celtics in 7 going into the series.
I put 6. He put Celtics in 7.
I leave it 7, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that I think they've clearly been the better team. Fourth quarter, that's when they're strapping up. You know what I mean, their defense is getting it done. Golden State is not the same right now. I actually said their defense is better than their offense right now. Because Klay Thompson, he got going last game, but
He cleared to wake up.
he's coming off an injury. Jordan Poole ain't ready. Wiggins is unreliable. Like Steph Curry's the only guy who can actually go off for like 30.
It's mad because it's like they're unathletic, but the thing is,
They are athletic.
Golden State actually have guys they can bring in that are athletic. Why is Kuminga not getting more minutes?
He's young,
It-
fam. He's a rookie.
You can't trust him. But he's give him at least 10. 10, just some change.
Yeah, throw him on Brown or Tatum or something.
Because whenever they put length on Tatum's
They're
really
scoring on his ass.
no, but
Don't make it
Tatum's
more
been
difficult,
struggling. Tatum's struggling with Wiggins in his prime.
No,
of
but
defense.
Wiggins did a good job on Luka. Wiggins has been strapping up.
Wiggins did a good job on Luka. What was he averaging in that series?
No, but numbers wise,
What was he averaging
tell the
against Luka?
story. Yeah, I mean, Iguodala won Finals MVP. What was LeBron averaging?
Yeah, but that and he shouldn't have
Efficiency.
won that. He shouldn't have won it.
Exactly.
His efficiency was. Luka's efficiency was good. He was shooting.
No, but what's he averaging against Wiggins? Not what's he averaging
Oh,
this series.
1-on-1 against Wiggins. I don't know. I
Like,
didn't know.
Wiggins the primary
It was
defender.
good. It was good. Hey, Wiggins had a great series. He rose up to the challenge, but he doesn't. It's like he doesn't feel challenged. What if it's Tatum's easy pickings? Maybe because Tatum doesn't hold the ball every possession like Luka.
And that's the key reason why the Celtics been winning games. Like game 2, they turned the ball over because they were trying to do all that ISO bullshit. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's not how they're gonna win. You know what I mean, Tatum every time they win, Tatum has about 9-10 assists.
That's the move the ball. It's like
That's
if
how they
for the writing the Celtics have an offense is that they have a variety of people that can step up and
can
score.
score exactly.
Yeah, Jalen Brown is obviously he'll give you at least 20 plus.
Jaylen Brown might be the Finals MVP right now.
And that's what I want.
That's what I said. Don't let Jalen. That's why my first takeaway. Don't let Jalen Brown win his Finals MVP.
I'll give that to Tatum. If
Don't
Tatum
let-
wins it, fam, he's gonna get anointed.
Don't let Jalen Brown.
Nuts.
Because I've always been a Jalen Brown guy since for a while.
Can't dribble.
He's soft to work on. For a while, I thought Jalen Brown was even a lot closer to Tatum than people thought, and even
No,
at
he's
times
not.
a lot better than.
No, he's not.
Well, he's proving it now.
He's not. He can prove whatever he's not.
Well, we saw it in the thingy series, the bubble. He outplayed Tatum, even though they lost. They lost to the Heat. And right now in the finals, even to do a game by game predictor or what's it called, a tracker, who the MVP is after game 3. Jalen Brown could have won.
I've seen people say Steph is still the MVP.
If thingy
One,
wins,
two saying that.
no, if it goes back to 2-2, then it will be Steph again.
Oh yeah.
But right now, 2-1 down. For me, Jalen Brown.
Tatum's still there though.
Tatum's up there.
Tatum's there, man. He's been calm. He's had a really poor.
He's
He's
game
just been
2.
up.
No, game
He's
1.
so
No,
inconsistent.
No, but game 1 he had like 13 assists.
Yeah, but-
Shooting, scoring wise, like 17%.
He's so inconsistent for a start.
Yeah, that's what I was
For
saying.
a
Like
quote-unquote
he's
superstar, that's
ultimate Jekyll and Hyde, fam.
Yeah, but even his running mate is up and down as well. So it's like these guys.
And the thing is, they happen to both be down at the same time.
You know. No, but in terms of Jaylen Brown being a better player right now in the series, he ain't got Wiggins on him. You know what I mean, he's got lesser guys.
So
Like,
Draymond
Golden
Green
State
on
haven't
him.
got. They switched Draymond onto him now, and Jaylen Brown cooked him. Last game.
that's a good cook. He can cook Draymond on the perimeter.
And that's Draymond's a better help defender rather than man.
I feel he's better at defending like power forwards.
Bigs, exactly.
And then rather fleet of foot wings.
Because he likes to be physical. Jaylen Brown just using his speed, blowing by him.
And then if you're slow and he starts to read you, then Draymond's it's a tough defender for you as well. Even for bigs, even if you're bigger than him, he's good at like reading your moves and he can get a hand in there and he plays a lot bigger. But against a wing, he'll get cooked. In fact,
That's the thing. What do you man think about the idea that I don't know if you guys saw like his podcast and the conversation around should he be having a podcast.
I don't think that's the issue.
Because he runs home after the game and gives his thoughts on the game on his podcast.
Fam,
Is
it's
it a
new media,
distraction?
It's new media, man.
It's new media, who cares?
Break down the what's it called.
It's better that he's doing that than going out
barriers.
and drinking. What would he be doing? What would he be doing if he wasn't doing that?
That's the question he asked as well.
What would he be doing?
I mean, it's just this. If they end up winning, it'll be forgotten. If they lose, the people think it's an excuse or a reason why they did lose.
He's getting grilled today by
It's because he's playing poor.
So he's playing poor as well.
Anytime you play poor,
saying it's a distraction.
it's a distraction. When he was beating Denver, when he was beating Dallas, when he was beating Memphis, it wasn't a distraction.
As well, because this guy's getting to back and forth with the guy Cedric Maxwell and.
Hey, but you can't talk to Cedric Magic.
all
You
these
can't say a
guys.
word to that guy. That's a final MVP.
Yeah, Cedric Maxwell said your daddy knows about you.
You should-
No way he said that.
Well, I said that to quote. That's what is correct or true. But I mean, yeah, literally, if you win, winning kills all. You win is fine. If you play well, it's fine. But if it's not, then people will be like, oh, it's distracted, this, that. Is he the reason that they lost? Blah, blah, blah.
People having kids in the middle of the playoffs. Is that not more distraction than a podcast? They're having grown kids.
I know, but man, them are having kids and playing the best ball of their career.
Yeah,
after
they're
they
right,
kicked
yeah.
up, but
It happened to
Fred
Van
VanVleet.
Vliet. Yeah, it happened
these
to those guys.
hooping after
Freddie.
that
Is
day.
that not more of a distraction? The crying baby. Fam, man just expressing his thoughts. 15 minutes telling you, okay, this is what I thought about the game. Fam, Draymond Green's all for it. He loves to talk. In fact, that's what makes him keep going. When Memphis beat him by 50 points, wasn't he doing whip that trick as well?
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
it's just part of the
So
part and parcel of Draymond. It's what gets him going, isn't it?
How good of a chance you have for them to win the series?
I would put it at 30% right now. Because my 30% is Clay. I need a Clay game 6 kind of game. I need a Clay game 6 kind of game.
You could argue you had that in the game they just lost.
25 points. Clay can go more nuclear. 5 threes.
Not against that
Clay,
defense.
Clay can get to about 8 threes.
He can, but that defense is crazy. Like,
There's ways they can scheme Clay open a little bit more.
different, but
They need to not go to the pick and roll as much. They need to start running their normal offense. Start getting Wiggins more involved. If Draymond can give me 10, if Wiggins can give me 15 to 16, if Clay can give me something like give me 20, give me another 25.
but he's
And then
gonna-
Paul.
They're not gonna do this every night.
Yeah, Paul. But that's the recipe for them to win. It's like
I agree.
the recipe is like Steph goes for 30, Clay goes for between 20 to 25. Wiggins, just give me anything more than 15. Draymond, you can't give me 4 points. You have to be more of an offensive threat. Roll to the basket, yeah. Roll to the basket.
It's not anymore, apart from maybe rolling to the basket.
Roll to the basket. At least attempt to shoot a free because they don't even guard you. You know?
He's not
And
getting-
Jordan Poole, wake up, man. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, dog?
It's too young. Well, the moment
It's youth.
that's the thing is youth. So his experience versus his enthusiasm. So you got enthusiasm, because the guys at Celtics, they're young. They haven't been in the finals yet. They got experience of being, like, I guess, conference finals and playing together playoff games.
Conference finals, how many
But
years? Is he even
compared-
named that round the Boston Celtics?
Compared to obviously Paul, this is his first, I believe, playoff run.
Exactly.
But you know, it's a lot.
Well, you have to give no, but the thing,
Never was built for it.
everyone
Takes
has a
time.
first time.
Hey, sometimes you need
Everyone
to
has a
taste
first time,
the
man.
pain before you can taste the
Yeah, it happened,
champagne.
but
look
Words
at-
of
look
dog, God deep.
Look at the matchup. Who's he going up against saying, yeah, I want to eat this, cook this?
White.
There's no matchup really.
Derek White
Derek
can
White's a good
strap
defender.
up.
Yeah,
Derek White
true.
can D
But
up.
Derek White, at least he's
Hey, I have to speak on
Jalen Brown.
what's his name? Who's the old Celtics coach that's now up in the back office?
Oh, Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. For how you got Derek White? Shout out to him because Derek White's a good pickup.
And the
Big- big
Horford
trade.
trade as well.
Horford as well.
trade.
Big
Hor-
trades.
Shout out to Horford because Horford's been probably the best basketball I've ever seen him play.
Fam.
Hey, Horford's been very good. He's a good veteran. You need those kind of veterans for
At the
your
age of
team.
36, you know, game one, he's probably the guy, the player of the game for game one. You know, game three, he's doing his thing. I mean, Horford
You need people that have been there, been around, know the environment, not afraid of the moment when you're
shooting good
small
from
young
the
thing.
three.
And he's hungry.
Think
This
about-
is his first trip to the
Yeah.
He
finals.
first, remember what happened? Giannis tried to talk shit on him. He took it personally.
Yeah, he screamed at him.
Dunked on his
Dunked
head.
him, slapped his head.
That guy looks.
Elbowed him in the face.
Yeah.
Can't you? Well, Giannis should have.
He defended Giannis pretty well.
That Giannis game 6
Very
game, yeah, it's just so unfortunate they lost. That was iconic. The way Giannis played. He's just
could
like
argue-
Jason Tatum was just equal to him.
Exactly.
That's it.
It's just a shame because kind of used up all his energy in that game six.
And it was
Second
so
half of
fast.
game 7, it was done.
True.
I mean, because Giannis got through those words, and it was, if Giannis was to
They're
win,
beating Miami. They're beating Miami.
if they were to win a championship without Middleton for that series, ooh.
Madison would have been back for the Miami anyway.
But at least get through Celtics without Middleton. That's I say Giannis road to top 10 all the time. The road's getting clearer.
Well, I was thinking about that this morning. Like the Bucks were probably the biggest test the Celtics had without Middleton.
Yeah,
that just shows you how good
Drew Holiday was serious. But the thing is, Drew didn't give enough. He didn't give enough.
He's not an offensive guy. He's not like defensively, he's your number 2.
Hey, for winning,
and even IQ wise, but offensively, he's short. It's just not as crisp. Not as consistent.
If you're trying to win, who would you rather have? Drew Holiday or Donovan Mitchell?
Depends what I got around him. That's my. If you're talking about first pick, Donovan Mitchell. But if I know the kind of roster I have, I'm talking about number 2.
You're trying to win right now.
I said it depends on what I have around. If I already have a number 1 guy, give me Drew Holiday. If I don't have a scorer, got to take Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, because Drew Holiday, we've seen, or this is small sample size, him being number 2. Him being a number 2 doesn't quite have enough.
He's a 2.5.
Yeah, basically 2.5. Because unless you're number 1, well, Giannis is pretty much as good as he gets.
There's not that many true number 2s in this league.
But listen, it's not Giannis is pretty much as good as he gets as number 1. Or maybe we can argue he ran into a great Celtics team. But you saw defensively he has it. Offensively just doesn't have quite enough. Yeah, but as a 3, he's an overqualified 3. And that's why you saw the Bucks. They did their thing. Donovan, not quite a 1 on a winning team, but as a 2, boy. If he's willing to buy in, boy. He can do his thing.
It's like this. There's not many teams that have true number 2s. Like
Chris Middleton's a true
I think there's a lot.
Are you sure?
Jamal Murray's a number 2.
Yeah, my mom is a number 2. When was the last time you saw him?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown's a 1 and 3 quarters.
1 and 3 quarters.
No, Jaylen Brown is a number 2.
1 and 3 quarters. He believes he's a 1 in his mind. Sometimes he doesn't believe he's a number 1.
He's a
Anthony Davis.
The 1 and 3 quarters.
Yeah, Davis is a 2 with one talent, but mentally he's a 2.
He's a 2.
I'll say
Kyrie's a 2.
Kyrie does not believe he's a 2.
But he has one.
Doesn't matter what he believes, though.
Carries a 1, you're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
But his mentality makes you a 2 because he doesn't defer.
We've seen it. Even when he had all this talent, the Celtics didn't go anywhere. Carries your 1, you're not going anywhere.
And he was at his best when he was 2 to LeBron.
But two's a mental ability to defer and be called upon when you need to be called upon.
Depends on your skill set though, because you're talking about like a Scottie Pippen type 2. But Kyrie was a 2 to LeBron. All he did was score.
Yeah, because Kyrie, you cleaned up.
Did he? But that's a different type of Kyrie. Before championships, he was in his world. He didn't speak too much. He didn't have. He wasn't empowered to be mad. But now he can do whatever he wants.
I mean, yeah, Kyrie as a 2, he kind of made up for LeBron's shortcomings. So LeBron's not really a great shooter like that. Off the ice, so LeBron's all good, but Kyrie, especially in the clutch where LeBron's maybe get too much attention, swing it to Kyrie do your thing. So where LeBron's shortcomings and where LeBron can't do everything or close sometimes, Kyrie made up for that. Obviously, obviously LeBron made up for all of Kyrie's shortcomings, like lack of leadership, defensive consistency, size, playmaking, that sort of stuff. I mean, so Kyrie, he's a great weapon, and LeBron utilised that weapon to its fullest. Kyrie, so you probably start to realise that now. With KD, even if me and KD can make that shot, KD doesn't.
KD's actually a number 2.
He's like
in his heart. He's a number 2.
KD's the best weapon there's ever been, probably in NBA. The only one that probably rivaled him was probably an older Kareem. That was Kareem.
Hey man, we've seen it as KD's the number 1. He can't do it.
But as the first, the driving force of a championship team,
I think that's most of his personality in terms of.
That's what comes to him: personality, mentality, leadership. You need to have some form of leadership.
No, definitely.
Because even if you're not like a screamer and shout, they look to you for inspiration. Like, are you gonna take us there? Are you gonna just by play? Are you gonna inspire us?
It's like KD's career as a 1. Well, he's got to a final.
Are you a form of consistency?
But Russell Westbrook was really the driving force of those teams.
But he was a flawed number 2.
Westbrook got to a final as number 2.
No, I say, but Harden was there.
Harden was off the bench.
He's still there. Oh, and it's Harden.
So did this. All 3 of them were there. Who was the man that drove that team?
KD.
Over Westbrook.
KD drove that team.
I think Westbrook was the driving force of that team.
Westbrook was the heart and soul.
He's the heart and soul.
I mean,
therefore, AKA
KD was the best player.
Yeah.
Unequivocally.
But that's not saying Draymond is the driving force of the
Warriors. Steph is too good. But some people could even argue Clay's number 2. But back in there,
Clay's the number 2.
Yeah, but flipping, heart and soul, guts was Westbrook, and obviously back then Westbrook was performing probably to an elite
Hey,
level.
people, Westbrook gets a lot of slander in it. Westbrook was shooting like 80%.
He used to.
And he was like a league average 3-point shooter at one point.
Yeah, but the league improved.
Yeah,
And they took away his ability to, because he used to do a funny routine. Apparently, he used to go to back halfway line. He was allowed to take time between each free throw. They scrapped that and it's messed him up. And,
he was shooting 80% from the line.
Yeah, but I told you, they changed the routine. You can't do that no more.
And he's shooting clutch threes. He shot that clutch three against, was it 4-point play against Memphis or something like that?
If Westbrook was in the early 2000s or 2000s era, he'd have been.
Or AI, before AI.
A monster.
Yeah.
What are you saying about Harden though?
Harden?
Is he still good enough to be a number 2? Or is he cooked?
Hey, I saw you put on Twitter that they shouldn't resign him. Was it that you shouldn't resign him?
Yeah, I did say that.
I said you have to resign him.
Sign
You have
and
to.
trade.
You have to resign him. You
Sign
can't resign and trade.
and trade for
You don't have enough caps for
Trade
it.
for who?
Sign and trade.
Wait, if you sign and trade someone, you're hard capped.
Yes, sir. I'm good
No
enough to.
way.
As soon as I sign and trade him, I'm good enough to win
Who
the
are
trade.
you trading? Levine?
I actually think that they would have been better taking the package that the Pacers got for
Malcolm Brogdon?
No. Halliburton and Hield.
No
and
way.
if you throw in like a Harrison Barnes, I think that would have been a better package.
No
Than,
way. No way.
that's in hindsight.
I would have
That's in
taken it
hindsight.
if they have to give me Fox.
Because look at the guards. You're basically building the Rockets with Hakeem there.
If you have
To
those
where-
guys, shooters.
Just surrounded by good guards. Tyrese Maxey, Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton, Seth Curry will still be there. Harrison Barnes. These guys don't like.
But if you take on Simmons-
demand the ball.
The Kings took on Simmons. They would want Maxey as well
For what?
because Simmons is not a positive asset. It's not even an asset.
Yeah,
It looks like a liability.
For the Kings, no. Simmons is a positive asset for the Kings, definitely,
You sure?
100%. Buddy Hield's not a positive asset.
3 for 1.
Yeah, Ben's
Buddy
not
Hield is
a
a
guy
shooter,
that
yo.
can
Buddy
build
Hield
on.
is just, it just depends. I don't know about Buddy
But Buddy Hield is making big bread though.
That's fine.
And he would have been, imagine him, Joel Embiid kicking the ball out to Buddy Hield.
I think that would have been good. Defensively, there's not even that much of a liability. Halliburton can defend. Hill is not that. I've never seen him as a negative.
And as long as you got Joel, like Harden ain't giving you anything defensively. As long
The
as
thing
you
is
got
though,
Joel,
but
Joel,
do you know what the biggest flaw is? Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey loves Harden. He loves Harden, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but that might be their downfall.
I mean, I was into Daryl Morey on, I think, the volume. Was speaking to Chris, Colin Coward. And when you listen to him speak, it's not surprising that they haven't been able to go the whole way, all the way. I mean, because talking about flipping, maybe he's just saying this in front of the camera to save Doc's ass. We're talking about how obviously you know the status that Doc's giving up the most 2-1 leads or 3-1 leads,
3-1 leads.
I
wherever it is.
didn't even talking about that.
I did a came up conversation. It was like, you know what, but you know you have to get there to you have to get 3-1 in the first place. That's achievement in its own right. I'm thinking, bro, what the hell? That's a loser's mentality. Like I don't get. Maybe he's trying to keep his his coach in good spirits, but if that's the way he actually thinks,
I'm always tied to
Just
Harden
clutch.
because
yeah,
I'm always tied to Harden because Harden made Morey relevant, and
he brought Morey's ideal basketball to life.
to like it's
Threes and layups.
yeah, because he goes to the Sloan Conference. That's what they talk about all the time. They say that these are the two most efficient shots. We don't take mid range. The mid range is dead. Blah blah blah. That's what they talk about. But at the end of the day, there's only so far that Harden can take you because Harden has limitations. Which, although he can have the game, mentally Harden has mental blocks. Mentally he didn't look after his body.
And not only that, his game is flawed. Like in the playoffs, everyone knows what you're looking for. So
But
you have to take what they're giving you.
Because if you double, Harden's good enough playmaker to pass out that double.
Well,
He's got a lot of like.
No, but I'm saying if he's not taking a three, he's
Yeah.
going all the way to the basket.
Yeah, true.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, that's why them saying the mid range is dead. Maybe the regular season, but the playoffs,
But yeah,
teams hit mid
You
range.
have to.
The teams
But
that
he used like
win,
Capella, because if Capella used to be his perfect foil, was that if you know he's going to the rim and you come here, you just lob it up.
yes, that's true. But the teams that win in the playoffs, they have mid range shooters. You need to,
That's
because
true.
you can't take away everything, but you can cut off maybe threes, cut off at the paint. They give you the mid range, you need to be able to hit it.
To be fair, that's
The
the
I think
reason why
Harden
he
has
lost to
the
the
shooting
Warriors.
capability to hit mid range shots.
When he was in OKC,
He
he
used
was
to
hitting
hit
mid-range.
Well, I don't know why he doesn't do it no more.
Doesn't
He
want to play 'cause
became Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, he just plays. He plays games on percentages. It's threes or layups. If it's none of those, he doesn't want to have no
The
business.
analytics error.
Trae Young is kind of similar to that as well.
No, and the funny thing is, LeBron doesn't take a lot of mid-range shots either, but he knows when it's time, I'll go post up.
Even my guy
I'll take
Luka.
mid-range shots. Exactly.
Fade away. Mid range.
Exactly.
We can't be like D-Book.
Because it's true. Because what happens, like I said, they cut off the threes. Your shooters are not hitting. The rim is locked off. So the only thing you have is literally the mid-range.
Steph actually, Golden State takes a lot of mid range.
Steph hits mid-range. Doesn't hit as much as he probably could.
But when the three's not falling and they get into the mid range.
No, but they're so prolific from the three that the way you're defending them is basically you have to give up layups.
Yeah.
You have to give up layups because they're so good at shooting.
You have to just say They go. The thing is, if you go over the screen, it's deep. It's hard to defend Steph and Clay and pick and rolls because it's like, because go under, giving up an easy free. Go over, you're letting them go to the basket.
Exactly.
I don't mind getting Clay to the basket though. I'd rather Clay put the ball on the ground.
Yeah,
definitely.
Then
Well, if you look at the last couple of teams that won the chip, you got the Bucks last year, Middleton.
mid-range
Knocking it
kind of
down
guy.
in the mid-range. Before that, it was the Lakers. AD was going crazy in the bubble from mid-range. Then Kawhi
That was fake.
with the Raptors, mid-range monster.
pretty much every team has a good mid-range shot.
You have to.
Every team that wins.
80 shooting in the bubble, fam. That's
Crazy.
the way he was shooting. The way guys are talking about him, talking about bubble AD.
It was real.
Fam, I hope he comes back. I don't know what happened to him last season. He's got a lot to.
You said it, didn't he? You
put too much
bulked up a
time.
little
He
bit
bulked
too
up
much.
too much, fam.
And they sold him a dream, saying he was going to play the 5 and that.
Why would he pay the 5? Why would he pay the 5? Like, you're not built for that. The thing is, you can play the 5 in the postseason, which you are. You know you're gonna play the 5. You don't even need to be that bulked up.
And
What,
in
you're
closing
facing Kevin
situations.
Looney? What, you want to be hench? You're facing how many massive centers are there in the league?
No, thanks.
Eight.
You don't have to be heavy.
You
To
don't need
deal
to
with
be
it.
heavy.
He wanted to bulk up to become less, or to become more resistant to injury, or resistant to injury rather.
His legs can't take it.
And
though.
he's just built weird, and it just may well be that the way he's built is more it leads to injuries more. It leads him to be more susceptible to injuries.
And it's also the way he plays. He's so like.
It's all on the floor, dad.
Yeah, he always falls on the floor. He lets the defense worry him so much.
Yeah.
Even if it's a smaller guy, it really impacts him.
He doesn't probably land as
It's
well
like
as
really
he wanted
go
to
bad.
land.
Really go bad be causing him issues. That's a strange guy to cause you issues, man.
Well, he's a great defender. How many times defense, or at least in the paint, 3-time defense player here, right?
Yeah.
Strange guy to cause you issues. Man.
But the funny thing is, he just does well against bigger guys. It's the smaller guys, the Draymonds,
German does well against
do
him.
you get what I mean? It's those type of guys that he has a problem with because they're always between him and the basket.
And he hates that.
Do you get what I mean? Big man, he can just.
Jokic, he eats Jokic a lot.
Yeah,
but Jokic scores against him though. The thing is,
He doesn't need Jokic alive.
That's the
Huh?
MVP back
What
to
you talking
back.
about? What you
Yeah, but who
Hey,
can...
check his defensive metrics.
I don't know how he goes defensive matches. He gets cooked.
Whoa. Check his defensive
I don't know
metrics.
how.
Don't be one of them.
No, but this guy he got cooked. Wow, the numbers say he didn't.
I don't know how, but when he
He
goes...
got cooked less than a lot of guys. There's a case that he might have been a defensive or defensive
Defensive
team.
what?
Or defensive team. His numbers are that good.
The defensive finisher, he was up there, but he gets cooked when he comes against
not
opposite guys.
Golden State was frying him like a
You can't guard the pick and roll.
That's the point.
Fam, that's when it comes to the playoffs. That's
Your
what you're going to
weaknesses
be
get
asked to do.
exposed.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
high
play-
on the
play
scout
zone,
report.
play zone.
We know you can't defend the perimeter. Come see us in the perimeter. You tire him out.
He still won a game. I think get swept, unlike KD.
Hey, that was bloody embarrassing. Some people were calling that man the best player in the world.
Hey man, some people still call him the best player in the world.
I'll be honest, going into that playoffs, I still had a number one. Like I said before,
Just 1A.
No chance.
purely because Giannis done well, extremely well, but the way he's a lot of people got injured, Kyrie, Harden, who else got injured? Someone else got injured in the path to the championship.
They played in the Trae Young got injured.
In the trade, no, not Trae Young.
Paul was injured in the finals.
Not Paul.
Devin Booker was injured in the finals.
Or maybe just
Chris Paul, I think maybe.
No, maybe I was thinking about the Bucks. No, the Bucks. Sorry,
Suns.
the Nets. The way Harden and Kyrie fought. They were 2 down before Kyrie went down. That injury.
Hey, they swept them.
Some people say he did it on purpose, like his leg underneath Kyrie on purpose.
Who?
Some people.
Nah, I think Kyrie tripped his own and it seemed like he stepped on unlucky.
No, but some people say like Giannis kind of knew what was doing, sliding his leg there, and say if you land on it, you land on it, and that's
Just
when
what
Kyrie
it
was
is.
out.
Also, that is an offensive. That's a defensive foul for flagrant. If you put your foot in the landing space.
That's how Steph got that 7-point play
Yeah,
yesterday.
no, it's ridiculous.
That was crazy. 7-point possession.
But yeah, I was reluctant to give him number one because of that. But after this playoffs, he's number one for me. And I think he's
number
number
one.
one.
Giannis.
Giannis, yeah. And I think he's number one quite clearly. I don't think there's really a debate to be had.
There's another guy.
Who?
Plays in the Lone Star State.
Luka? He's not number one.
Yeah, number one.
It's number something.
It's easily Giannis.
Hey, bro, that
I might
guy.
even put
I might
Steph
put.
in the
I'm saying that Luka is. If you have LeBron over Luka on any list, I'm not reading it.
Why not?
I think Luka's better than LeBron right now in this stage of their careers.
Luka can't defend for shit.
Yeah, but LeBron's not defending the FA game.
In the
I first,
playoffs,
yeah.
in the
In
playoffs,
fact,
LeBron
when was he in
defends.
the playoffs? Was he in the playoffs this year?
I'm not talking about this shit.
What was he?
You weren't there.
What was he last?